your adversary, the enemy, he ain't playing games. Like, it's not a joke. He has studied you. He knows things about you. You haven't done anything. You're literally minding your own business, and they always seem to drag you into things, always trying to find something. And what we need to realize is it could be as serious as someone's probably placed a spell on them to attack you. Okay, the gig is up. I need to get out of it. There's no more energy for me to retreat, to take from these people. If you've been through it and you still kept a good heart at the end of it, like you're still smiling, you're still talking about peace, you're still displaying forgiveness, you're still loving people, you're still showing people love, you're still looking at, trying to be positive in life, living a positive life. And you got to realize that takes a lot, it's taking a lot out of you, but you're still standing. And it's like you don't even hate people. You don't even really hate the people that have done whatever they've done, whatever you've went through. You don't even hate them. You're not even hating them. You're just thinking, you're feeling sorry for them, but you're just thinking, that's why I'm saying I don't even pray no return to sender prayers, because it's like, I wouldn't even want you to go through this. Like, you will not be able to handle it. The spiritual warfares that some of us have to go through. I don't think they'll be sane. Hey brothers and sisters, it's your boy Forever Blessed Chris, and welcome to Chris Speaks. We're gonna look at, witches or warlocks and how they work, just to help us, analyze, certain people when they're coming into your life. It's just all about learning how to protect yourself and how to stay away from certain people and things like that. Most of us know the witch hours. I didn't really know these hours, but there were times when I used to wake up a certain time all the time, and it was roughly around them times as well, between 2 and 3. And it's like, what are you choosing to do along them times, around 2, 3 o'clock, when God wakes you up? Because that's what it is. Sometimes you get woken up, and if you're realizing that you're getting woken up at around the same time every single day, then that means, God's trying to send you a message, and He's trying to show you that, look, you need to be aware. You need to be aware, because something's going on in the spirit, or something's about to go down in the spirit that you don't know about. So it's very important that when you're waking up around these times and it's happening consistently, then you have to pray, or do something that God might want you to start doing. Might be directing you to do something, whether it be start writing or something, writing your thoughts, writing what's coming in your mind around them times, having a conversation with God, them sort of things there. Because anything other than you just going back to sleep straight away, like straight away, like don't ignore it. It's very important. It's very important for us to trust our intuitions, our gut feeling. For example, when you're hungry, your body tells you, your body tells you you're hungry. Time for you to get some food, get something to eat. You're thirsty, your body tells you that, And, when there's pain in your body, it will let you know that, yo, I'm feeling pain. You need to do something about it. But when it comes to trusting the moment, how we're feeling in that moment as well, we tend to rather believe what other people are doing or saying. Sometimes, like when you watch them detective movies, and near the start something's happening, and you can see that the detective or whoever's trying to figure it out, what's going on, they get so close at the start, at the beginning. They get so close to let's say the investigation, to actually finding the cause of the problem. But then something happens that sways them away from it. And then later on in the movie, they end up going back to that scene again, and it's like, oh, all this time I was right. If only I listened to my intuition. And that's just what happens as well with us sometimes. It's like God's clearly trying to speak to you. He's clearly, nudging you and showing you that, look, trying to show you something about the situation, and you look past it. You sometimes just shrug it off and think nothing of it, or you speak to people about it and it's like, it's not that, you rather listen to what they're saying. Later on, you're like, raw, like if only I just, at that moment there, it's okay because God does allow us to go through certain things. And obviously, to an extent, because he knows that one day you'll be able to use that as your testimony, you know what I'm saying? And then you're starting to realize that, you know what, if I ever go through something like this again, it's very important that I trust my intuitions from the get-go. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where we have to learn to listen within, before you. It's good to listen to what other people are saying, but always also listen within and then, point it up, bring it to God and then see what the outcome, what the result should be, but regardless, always take your time with your decisions before making a move on something that's very important. It's a crucial moment in your life. You gotta really take your time with it. All right, let's say you know someone, you lot were probably not close, but like you were cool. You were cool together. And then something's happened, and then the next time you encounter this person, or even you try to call them, you message them, or when you see them, you try to talk to them, even a hi or whatever it is, and if that person reacts straight away, like in an anti-sociable way, then it most probably means that there's an issue that that person has with you, or maybe they've heard something that they believe about you, and they're not even trying to give you a chance to explain yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a difference between someone just having a bad day or going through something. Let's say, for example, if you're approaching someone or you're saying something to someone or even you're greeting someone and, they reply in a good way, you're probably talking and then the mood changes or they start showing their real mood, they snap at you, then they might just be having a bad day or going through something. But if from the get go, from your greetings, and you're getting a mad response, then it's more likely to be they have an issue with you, something's happened, or someone said something that they believe, and they're not even trying to give you a chance to explain yourself. And those sort of people, they're just fighting their own demons. They got their own demons that they're fighting. It's just one of those things where you got to leave them for that moment. Let them, calm down. You just walk away from the situation. And, time will tell whether you lot still need to be friends, whether you lot still need to be together. And more times it's just your lie. Obviously, there's probably a lie going on. Person's probably spread a lie about you, or they're involved in a lie being spread about you, and they just can't stand to be in front of you, because they know, when they look at you, they see the truth that they have to face. Do you get what I'm saying? And the more they speak with you, then it's like they have a feeling that you might find out the truth the more you speak to them, innit? So some people rather just not speak to you at all, and they'll snap at you or try and ignore you and things like that. It's because they don't really want you to dig deep. They don't. Your presence alone is making them face the lies that they're believing or that they're making up about you. And these people have an issue with you. So it's best to just, stay away from them sort of people. When the time that he chooses for it to be time for your vindication, it's the perfect timing. Trust me. Like, don't worry yourself too much and don't think about having to prove yourself to people. Because as long as you know the truth will always come out in the end. And it's just something that you just have to, keep your peace, retract your energy and just keep it moving, and the time's gonna come where you will be vindicated. And I pray to God that you will be vindicated sooner rather than later, because the longer it goes, I know it gets tiring because you just want to show love to people, but it's like it's almost like they don't give you a chance to explain yourself and things like that. Nobody wants to let you in, and that just shows you that, you know what, maybe someone out there is doing a spell, or these people didn't really like you from the get-go. And it's important to just let it go, to know how to move on. Don't underestimate your enemy, like you got to pay attention to detail. There's certain things that you just got to pay attention to, because the enemy, your adversary, the enemy, he ain't playing games. Like, it's not a joke. He has studied you. He knows things about you. And like, be careful what you say as well, what comes out of your mouth, because like, I'm gonna give you like an example. I remember there was a time when I was like, all right, I'm gonna, for example, no, actually, this one I actually said it. I was like, you know what, I was trying to lose weight. So I was like, I'm gonna stop eating certain types of food, like meat wise and things like that. And I kid you not, like that same week I got invited to somewhere, and the person was like, everything's on me, I'm gonna pay for everything, you lot just order. And then they ordered some massive platter with loads of meat, bare different. I was like, I've never seen something like that on a table. Like, so many different meat, a variety of things we were eating. And I was just thinking like, raw, like this is obviously, of course I ate, of course. You know what I'm saying? But like, I even ended up saying to myself, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna start my dieting from next week. I even pushed it back, but I ate, and then I was thinking, raw. Like, I swear, just the other day I was like, I'm gonna try and, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we've got to be very careful, like with what we're saying, or even when we're saying it, when we're saying, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this from now on, or I'm gonna cut down on this, or I'm gonna stop doing this from now on. Watch what happens. Pay very close attention to what's going on around you, what people are saying around you. You could even be saying things like, all right, I'm trying to get married, or I'm going to find my husband, or I'm going to find my wife, or I'm going to stop this addiction, stop smoking, stop drinking, stop fornicating, stop doing this. Just make sure that when you're saying that, you're ready for the battle, you're ready for what's about to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? We feel like, oh yeah, we might say something, then the next couple of days we're like, oh, I don't really feel like it. And you're just thinking it's normal, you're just thinking it's okay, it's just you, it's just how you're feeling. Nah, B, just know the enemy's at work. Because one of the things that I'd say the enemy comes to steal. Obviously, we know he comes to steal, innit? But one of the things that he wants to do, because he can't kill you, like the enemy can't kill you, innit? But what he does is, it just depends on the sort of person you are. Like, if you're someone who, um, like me, how I used to be, how I am, like I like to just go and do things, go out, do things, get it done. I don't procrastinate, whatever the word is. I don't take long on things. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gone, done, doing it, done, ticked. Do you get what I'm saying? So what you'll try and do is, someone like myself, is he'll try and do something to slow you down. Like myself, like what happened with my leg, broke one leg, came back, try to go again, broke the other leg, try to go again. Now it's like, is there a point of even breaking his leg because he's still gonna, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you might be someone who's very creative, when you get given, or you come up with ideas, a lot of ideas easily. Someone like you, the enemy will want to keep you busy so that you don't think about the sort of ideas that God's put in your head. The enemy might even give you a job might fill up your calendar with so many things to do. Don't care, as long as you're not gonna be able to have time to sit down and meditate and get to see what God's planted in you and try and use that, then the enemy will keep you busy all you want throughout the whole week. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And we gotta just, pay close attention. Where am I trying to go? What am I trying to do in my life? Where am I trying to go? What decision am I trying to make from today? And then look and pay attention to little things people are saying, little things that's been advertised even on whether it's TV or on your phone, because the enemy's prince of the airways. Do you get what I'm saying? So all of these little things, the advertisements, what people are talking about, what people are gossiping about, where you're going, and just the emails you're getting, the sort of texts you're getting, all these things, they play a part into influencing you to, not stick to where you're trying to go, not to continue along the path, along your journey, the decision you're trying to make. So don't be sleeping and thinking that, yeah, everything's going to fall into place, because that's the very moment where the enemy is going to come and try and steal something. It's more likely to be your time and your ideas. That's just something that I feel like we got to be careful with. This person's always getting on to you. You feel attacked. You could be at your workplace or at your place of study, and you're feeling like, I'm not talking about when you're doing things wrong and you made a mistake and someone's trying to correct you. No, I'm not on about that. I'm talking about when you're just minding your own business and there's nothing, you haven't done anything. You're literally minding your own business and they always seem to drag you into things, always trying to find something. And what we need to realize is it could be as serious as someone's probably placed a spell on them to attack you. And one thing is, I'm talking about if this is constant, if this sort of thing is happening every single day, every single time they see you, even in your spirit, you're just thinking, oh, here we go again. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's always something negative, you know? It's as if they're trying to destroy you in a way, trying to make you either lose that job or just go berserk, and, stoop down to their level. Some people, that's just what it is. From when they leave their house or from when they want to conversate with you, they're like energy vampires, innit? They want to just poke you until you react. So they can then be in the end and be like, you know what? I told you this person was like this. Do you get what I'm saying? And those are the sort of people you need to stay far away from if you're able to, because they're on an assignment to destroy you. That's who the enemy is using for them to, you know, um, attack you in a way. Do you get what I'm saying? Just try to take peace away from you, take away your peace. And those sort of people, like, if you can feel it in your spirit, then, and you can feel that, you know what, I've got to stay away from this person. Like, there's been days when you actually try to avoid this person, then you know what, it could be one of those things, especially if they're trying to turn everyone against you, if they're trying to tarnish your name, then that is a direct attack. They're really trying to destroy you, and you have to stay away from them type of people, because they're on an assignment and there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to know which fight to not participate in. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we do not battle against flesh and blood. So we've just got to understand that some things are just spiritual, some situations are just spiritual. And if you rise up to it, at the wrong time and you weren't supposed to, then that is kind of part of the assignment to destroy you, to get you to act out of character. This person might be under some type of spell, and I'm the assignment, for them to come and destroy me or something like that. This is one of the ways how you'll know, is if they're doing something that out of their character, like before you were cool with them, everything was cool, and then all of a sudden they're just acting out of character, and it's just you, like everything's about you, like they're just targeting you, and when, this is the important part, when they're doing something that could embarrass themselves, as in you're thinking to yourself, why would you do that? Like, you're embarrassing yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's when you kind of know that, yo, this person's under a spell and I'm the target. Do you get what I'm saying? When they're doing something that it's just out of character, and it's just like, do you see yourself? Like, do you even see what you're doing? It doesn't even make sense what you're trying to do, what you're saying. That's when it's most probably they've been placed under a spell to come for you. All right, we do have some people who are energy vampires, and how to tell when someone's an energy vampire. Just them people that wherever they go, there's always some type of drama. And at first, it wouldn't seem as if they're the people that started it. Here's what they do. They'll work behind the scenes. Like they'll do work behind the scenes, as in speak to this person, speak to that person, message this person, go back and forth with this person. All when not when everyone's in the same, let's say, conversation. They'll always do it behind everyone's back, turn this person against that person, this person against that person, talk about this person. And then there comes a time when everyone's together or a few people are together, then them lot will just they'll just be in the back. They'll probably even throw throw a topic, something for everyone to discuss, and then them themselves, they'll retreat and then watch the magic happens when everyone starts arguing and everyone just going back and forth, and they're just feeding off that energy like, yes, I had a part to play in this, and we got to be careful of them type of people, the energy blood-sucking vampires, because they're never quiet. If someone like that is gone quiet, that means just know that they're working behind the scenes. They're looking for something. Like how the Bible says, the enemy, your adversary is roaming around like a roaring lion looking for whom to devour. That's how these people work. They're looking around in the background, trying to see this. They're always plotting. They always have to plot. Because what's that thing again where there's no, what is it? The wicked don't sleep or something like that unless they do something. I'm gonna try and find out what I'm talking about. But it's one of those things where they can't go to sleep unless they started something, as in they've planted some form of wickedness in people's lives. That's an energy vampire. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere where they are or where they've been, just know that they've destroyed something. They've destroyed other people's relationships. They've destroyed people's businesses, and they've destroyed, friendships and all of them sort of things there. Everywhere that person steps foot in, or that when they leave, just know they've destroyed something. That's an energy vampire. And they normally leave when they're being found out. That's another time when they'll leave. And what happens is they'll do that for a very long time. As long as you are asleep, then just know that they'll stick around, to make sure that they're plotting things around the people around you, around your life. They'll even try and befriend you to try and, come and join in your business and things like that, just so that they can, steal ideas and things like that, steal your energy, always get you to second guess yourself and things like that, and say something might have happened in your business where it might have nothing to do with them, but then because you're speaking to them and they're getting that energy from you, you're having that conversation, and they're just plotting things in your head like, yeah, no, maybe you should not work with that person. How can they treat you like that? Maybe you should get rid of that person, and this is that. And it's all for it to result in your business going down. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, just be careful of getting advice for them sort of people, and be careful of the type of people you're conversating with over the phone or you're meeting up with, because some people are energy vampires, and wherever they go, just know that they're ready to destroy whatever people have built, whether it be business, relationship, friendship. Now, you see me, I don't even pray return to sender prayers. Like I get some people do it, but the reason why I don't really do that, because I just think, like, I just let God do what he's doing, because when it comes to these people, because for me, it's like, I wouldn't even want to see anyone go through, we wouldn't even want to see anyone go through some of the stuff that we have to go through, that we can't even speak about sometimes. And it's like, I'm just thinking, if this was to flip the other way around, many of these people, their heart will not be able to handle it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm talking about going through these things that we've been through, whether it be people have placed spells on us and things like that, and we still have a good heart at the end of it. That's what I'm saying. That's why you see some people, I don't even want to talk about, but some people end up losing it. They end up losing it and they end up doing some certain things. Some people end up, you know, end up where they end up. And it's like, you're thinking, right, they had a very good heart at the start. Like, what happened? They had a good heart at the start because they've just gone through certain things in life and they're just thinking, what? If you've been through it and you still kept a good heart at the end of it, like you're still smiling, you're still talking about peace, you're still displaying forgiveness, you're still loving people, you're still showing people love, you're still looking at, trying to be positive in life, living a positive life. And you got to realize that takes a lot, it's taking a lot out of you, but you're still standing. And it's like you don't even hate people. You don't even really hate the people that have done whatever they've done, whatever you've went through. You don't even hate them. You're not even hating them. You're just thinking, you're feeling sorry for them, but you're just thinking, that's why I'm saying I don't even pray no return to sender prayers, because it's like, I wouldn't even want you to go through this. Like you will not be able to handle it. The spiritual warfares that some of us have to go through. I don't think they'll be sane. As I'm pretty sure that some of my viewers, some people that watch me, you've been through some stuff, and it's like you can't even tell people, you can't even explain it to people. Like there's still some, probably like 50%, 25% of your life that you're still even trying to make sense of it. And then it's just like, you're thinking, if these things were to be thrown back to these people, they wouldn't last. They just wouldn't even be able to hack it. And that just shows that God's always been with you, throughout the whole thing. So praise God. And that's just the message I wanted to share in this video. And I'll see you lot on the next video. God bless you.